please come to Dad Chat TV, man. It's the second part of it. I'm going to keep talking because it's recording again. So be it. But we got to get this message out there. If we don't do nothing else, y'all, we have to pass the message around. Pardon me, looking for my little light. You understand? But it's important to me. Because here I am, like I said, now I'm going on 60 days. I haven't got to spoken to my kids and all the good stuff. And I want to crash. I want to go on wild out, but I'm not going to do that because it gets me nowhere, as I learned. But who do I go to talk to without being humiliated? Or somebody say, oh, just hit me, man. Yeah, that's how I was years ago. Man, just hold it down. But then I start watching a lot of my friends implode and say, damn, son, how much can he hold it down? How much can he just be like, he love his kids. He even love the woman he was dealing with. She's playing games with him. She running to this. She's doing like, damn, I can't keep watching the world beat him down and say, nigga, just take it. Just short and grit your teeth, go smoke a blunt, drink, and hell no. Because it's going to come out on somebody's pause. Excuse me. You understand? I'm from New York. If you know, you know. He's going to react on somebody, and at the worst, it'll be somebody who don't deserve it. And even at the least, but even more the worst, he's going to destroy himself. I've been stressing about seeing and speaking to my kids on a regular basis, what's been taken away from me. Like no other in life. I didn't lost maybe 20 pounds. I walk around 190 pounds, about 170 and change. Stressing out. Got so many ideas, creative things I want to do to get myself off the ground, but it'd be hard when you're thinking about where your children at and speaking to them when you won on your basis, and now like all of that's been taken. You know, I have friends, like I said, live with their kids all their life up to a point, and now their kids just live in a whole nother state. They ain't got nothing to do about it. But he's expected to go to work every day and act like nothing is nothing and be around people and I was just hold down because it happened to other men. It's not that easy when you got attached to your children. You know? Yes, we know all the stories and what they say about the mama bears and all that. But what about the father bears? There are some fathers out there who gets that level of gut-wrenching, knife in the back, pain in their heart over their children. I'm one of them. Okay? I can whoop them, yell at them, scream for doing the worst foolish things, and after 5 minutes later, I'm seeing the cries and the skin in their face. I feel like a piece of crap. Okay? That's how that works. Where's my lighter? Who jacked my lighter, man? But Dad Chat TV. Like I said, I'm going to get a few people here, you know. A lot of my people procrastinating, fronting, and stunting on me. But it's alright. Okay, they gonna want to be on when he shine. Alright? You can't get to the, you know what I'm saying? You gotta start on the basement level, but I tell everybody, man. But we're gonna get the people on here, man. I'm gonna start interviewing people. I swear to y'all. My intro is coming out soon. Polished by Pretty. Or Pretty by Polish, you know, my sister, he died. She's working on it right now as we speak. Pardon me, y'all. But we're going to start getting, like I said, merchandise coming soon. Got the shirts coming. The quiet shirts. Hashtag dads, stepdads don't matter, her words. Could y'all believe that? Got the nerve to tell me stepfathers don't matter. I just seen the other day too, like I said. Dude taking care of woman, okay, and all that. Come home. Real father in the house playing the game in his house. Like, and the first thing they say, oh, the kid is earning nothing for him, this, then. So, how ain't deserve nothing for him? Why the father ain't do nothing when he was supposed to do it? For to know. I don't care how much a man does. I've done all the world for a kid. And I never expected him, his father, to be in charge of his father, none of that. However, it has to still be a level of goddamn respect about stuff. Okay? And I don't believe, if that's the case, nobody needs to build off nobody. A lot of y'all baby mamas, y'all out there trying to build off a nigga. And then wants to bring the original daddy back on some new, like, nah, man, go get what you can. Like I said, if the guy you're dealing with, you don't really want him to be that or be, that's fine. But don't convince him and make him think it's something else in order to play a role, and then say, well, and everybody, well, she's a woman, she ain't got to be a woman she don't want. Yes, but it's using. Because if you can sense somebody feels for you a certain way and you don't them, you don't let them do all the greatness and good things other people on earth don't want to do, because that's what's going on. It's an epidemic. Let's talk about it, right? This is the second segment that's going to be posted too. We're going to talk about it. A lot of controversial dude. I'm not no provocateur, provocative person. None of that stuff. But we're going to talk about it today. It's only for the baby mothers. The mother of the children's, shh. Church is coming soon. As I learned when I was younger, when I had to run in the streets, I had to go to a couple of them drug programs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're from New York and you was in the street running in the early 2000s, you know what the program life was about. Never no drug addict. Shout out to anybody who has, and no disrespect, because we all live our lives. I'll do my weed and all that, but point being, a lot of us don't realize a lot of the with black women. I'm gonna say it. Black women, urban women from our cultures, they have this ploy to where they use the good FBA man to build, take time, money, effort, everything out of his life. Let's get this straight. No man has to stay with no woman because she might have done some good things just out of loyalty or vice versa. People are supposed to be with each other because they want to be with each other. However, the good deeds and what you do to people are supposed to be the reason in which we want to be with a person. Okay? The more good a person does, the more that shows, it's supposed to show, yes, this is a good person for me in life. In some type of capacity. Now, in our communities, the South Bronx, the South Jamaicas, the Bed-Stuys, the Brownvilles, the Stapletons, the Richmond, what they call it, Park Hills, and the Richmond County in Staten Island and all that good stuff. Get a good FBA man to take care. Find someone he loves and wants to be when it just does what he feels is natural and right, and take care and do as he's supposed to. Until the friends, family, other baby daddy, other dudes who didn't want to be with that woman come in the world, and then he's bashed. I'm seeing it so much nowadays. I can't even as you see online. You understand? Like I said, I've seen several videos. Once again, a man deserves grace. If he left out on his kids, didn't be there for whatever his reasons, good or bad, and he can acknowledge it and wants to be better, yes. I don't care if he was the greatest stepdaddy on earth. You leave space for that man to redeem himself with his biological children. That is your responsibility if you take on that job. Let's get that off the bat. Because you're going to want that when your turn comes around. However, it does not mean that one can leave and not be around with you to do the normal things, not just the birthday, the holiday, the special events. Because as we know, mothers and fathers who are them holidays and special times, that's a 60, 70 days out of 365. Okay? There's another 290 to 295 days where it's just the normal days where kids run up your pockets, your energy, your time, your effort. Okay? And when someone does that in any capacity, white, black, Chinese, or any other nature, it is to be honored. If the man and woman fall out of love for each other and just don't want to be in that capacity, and you took on that role and there's no disrespect and y'all break up amicably, it is your duty as a man to continue to show love and care for that child, even if that mother moves on. But we're going to talk about when a man doesn't get that respect or that grace. When they do not move on amicably. When they move on where you see it nowadays in the celebrity. Men be so great and all that, but the moment these women, they done, there are a lot of abusers. There are a lot of sexual deviants on this earth. But everybody can't just be that. I'm sorry. In the cock society, the 1% of the rich, and even in our lower level, women have learned to get benefits from court systems of all capacity, full custody of the kid. Most of them only want full custody so they can get, they're on the lower level, child support, the extra stamps, the public assistance, all the money for the Section 8 and this program and this voucher. If they're rich, they will all read it. Same with the lower. They all go for full custody so they can get more child support and this, that, and the third. They all claim the same thing. All of a sudden, this man was abusive and this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. I hate to speak on it, but we're going to talk about it because a plan and a plot, when you've seen it from every aspects of lower to higher level of society, as far as money-wise, you start to really put two and two together and say, this is looking like a formula, starting to look like a blueprint, starting to look like a procedure, a chain of command, a process, okay? Go file full custody when he's not paying attention. Come up with some picture of evidence that you kept when y'all got into altercations, whether he was mad about something you did and he did strike you first, or 8 out of 10 times, women, y'all be striking so much, nigga might have took 20 hits, and by that 21st time, you got tired and smacked your behind back or grabbed your son, but it gets documented, recorded by some supposed friend. You get full custody, get all the benefits, and then after getting the child support benefits, which we're going to also talk about, you got to still spend money on these kids when you get them. I know so many men who are on child support, and when that child support money is gone during that month, the woman got the kid, she calling, oh, well, you can't be like, oh, well, the child support already came in. Oh, that's it? That's all you're going to do? That's the only way you're going to take care of your kids, just the child support? Some dudes don't realize they're out there paying for these kids 2-3 times over, because it's been designed only for the baby mothers, the mother of the children. That 50% of righteous, lovely, wonderful, great, necessary, needed, important, extremely wonderful woman in which God put on our earth for us, she's worried about her benefit for her and her children, but not at the expense of her kid's father or any other human. She understands a certain thing she might be entitled to, and she understands with not possibly wanting to be with that man, there's still things that's going to have to be done on her end that the man might have used to done, and she's not angry or mad about it. She doesn't see it as, well, then he ain't doing it. The baby mothers have been trained to taught by watching society, oh, the kid's life ain't supposed to change. I was put in a situation where my kids get on the school bus 5 minutes from their door. I currently stay an hour away. I had no problem certain days coming, which I told their mother, my baby mother. But in her mind, all she hear is, no, or you ain't gonna do it, it's F me. That's her thing. Every time someone goes away, so it's F me, right? Fuck me. Nobody said that. I can't get up every day to come there 5 in the morning or get them here in Jamaica to bring them all the way over there, which will take me, they'll have to wake up 2-3 hours early to make, like, it doesn't make sense. Just so you can feel like, oh, what's fair is fair. No, you created the bed, and now you don't want that same thing to happen. Okay? Same with money. You have guys that's living in a household with a woman, when she's pretending to love him, because it's be pretend. When she pretends to love him, she gonna understand the little $400 he's bringing in the house. The moment they separated, she no longer understand that, or forgot that you only got $400 a month. Now it's, oh, that's not enough, or you ain't gonna do this, or this, and it comes with humiliation. Okay? The mother of the children, she's not gonna do it. I don't care if she's laying down with another man she thinks is wonderful compared to you and better. She's not gonna be in the process of trying to make things hard for you. It's not her job to make it easy for you either, because you're still a father, with or without being with her. Let's get that clear, fellas. We're about accountability over here. However, it's called working together for the betterment of the children, whether the kids stay and living with the father house or the mother house, whatever it is. It's not for me to make it harder for you or easier for you. It's how can we work together, tug and pull to make it easier for these kids. And then the trickle down effect will be it might be a little easier for you and then easier for me. And our kids grow up good. And we moved on. Hey, we wanted to be a family. It was supposed to be that, but it just didn't work for whatever reason. I ain't mad at you. You ain't mad at me. We ain't gonna disrespect you. I ain't trying to play you. Well, it's a lot of little and vice versa. I ain't gonna put you between a rock and a hard place or put you in situations where it's guaranteed for failure and then prosecute you for that failure. That's what the baby mothers do. Even the bozo baby daddies. We ain't talking about them because there's some dad chat people. But there's dudes that play those games too. Trust me. Let's make that clear. But my point being, these are the games that these women are playing nowadays. And a lot of us men already fell down a rabbit hole we have to rebuild. But we have to be able to pick up on the signs in order to tell our sons and our nephews and these other young men we just see. Okay? Because we can't have them go through that rabbit hole. We can't have them, especially the ones that we're training to be fathers and do their best to be in a household with their children, the good and the bads, until they just can't possibly no more. Don't just give up 2 years because things ain't going your way. I would never promote that to no man if he's living at home with his children. Oh, she acting like that she ain't doing it. I wouldn't promote, just leave that because it's bigger than how much she's doing for you and this, that, and third. And things like that can change within time. But that kid waking up to 2 people that actually created it. In my culture, unfortunately, in my urban neighborhoods, across the cities and the states, it's a thing where the average kid probably will end up with 4 or 5 stepfathers and 4 or 5 stepmothers. And that's from the father and the mother, obviously. So, and not only do I want my kids to not have 5, 6 stepdaddies, I wouldn't present them with 5, 6 stepmothers. One of them, 2 of them situations would have had by the second or third had to work, or I had just play single for the rest of my life. Okay? And where if they meet someone, hey, there's just somebody daddy did it, but it ain't no stepmother. But if I'm going to deal with somebody in that capacity in my next term, I'm going to do my best to make sure outside of what I'm attracted and how she make me happy, no, I need to know like you're going to be a lot better than what their mama was because she flawed over there like a motherfucker. I teach my kids to be little boogers, and I don't need them to be that. Okay? But that's the things we have to start looking at. The system, like I said, ain't just about the women, it's the men too, fellas. You guys gotta start just going out for the ball sack nowadays, okay? Is this woman gonna be something that I want my daughter to wake up and see as an example? Yeah, she might freak me off and rock my world and all that goodness. But how she talk and act? No, there's a lot of dudes I see chicks out here nowadays, and even myself, when women I see, when I don't even talk to women half the time. 98% of the time, because a lot of them I see, but it'd be little things, and when I hear them speak this public before I even get a chance to approach a lot of them, be like, I can tell she talks a certain way. I can tell she uses the SMD. I can tell she's this, that, and third. I want to get that so far removed from my daughters as possible. That's why I've been stressing and losing weight, and because I'm thinking about the fact that they're over there with a mother who feeds and clean them and she's decent to them. I won't ever say she's a horrible mother, but she has certain ghetto ways about her that she won't be able to shed, and she surrounds herself with people that are like that, and my daughters are gonna start talking and switching and shaking their neck, and I don't want that. You can say what you want, you might not like this, but like I said, my daughters grow up and I ever hear an S&D out their mouth, I'm gonna smack it out your mouth where you stand. Because that's not what I want you to be. Same with my sons, if I had them, who's called Will and I Will one day, and even my daughter, I don't want them to, even in our urban neighborhood, we're taught rah, snitch, shoot, getting tough. Nah. I want my children to live in a part of society where they're supposed to call the police, even if that wasn't me and how I grew up. My earlier years, I was foolish and ignorant when I was still living that life hardcore. But my former stepson would talk about being a cop. I don't be the cop now, like caption, but that's ignorance, okay? That's all it was. But we gotta recognize and teach these young men to find the best they can mother of the children, so they don't fall down the same plot. So like I said, if their relationship doesn't work, they're not dealing with a woman who has a whole formula, plan, and plot to destroy. Tell the world you're violent, tell them do this, set up all these situations to make you look bad, and then expect this, and then give you a hard time about how much you're seeing or dealing with the kids, knowing that she didn't put a title or put things or put people in front of you that's gonna cause your existence to not prosper as the way it should have been. But she's gonna expect the same type of relief and funds and all that to make her life easier. Nah, man, y'all women out there playing a ploy, G. You know, and I'm speaking from my personal culture and color. They're doing it of all races and colors. White, black, Chinese, Spanish, all of that. A lot of you women got that formula. That's why y'all cheating and harming men and lying every day. Whether it was the Shannon Sharps or the Blake Griffins, 28,000 a month, this, that, and third. But I'm specifically talking to my personal demographic at this moment, okay? The plot has been revealed, you understand? It's called the arrogance of the indigent. That's just what we're dealing with some of these women. Okay? So fellas, learn. Pay attention. Come to Dad Chat TV. Give the information and knowledge. Share something. We pay it forward over here. Remember in Chronicles of the Riddick? You kill, you keep what you kill. Okay? And in that method, we're going to use the information. You come give information, give story, give experience, give something, and you leave with something. Information highway, baby. Dad Chat TV. We're navigating through these tough waters that we call fatherhood. Shout outs to Dragon Stout. But yeah, man. As y'all see, it's always match. You know, I keep me a little funky match hat. You know what I'm saying? Got my little flowers, you know what I'm saying? My little New Balance, you know what I'm saying? I don't do too much, man. But yeah, man. Got my little crazy niece in the next room. I'll punch her in her eye real soon. But yes, fellas, man, come here, man. Please, man, share this. Pass this around, man. You're going to start seeing flyers and cars. I'm telling you, as soon as I get bread I'm expecting in life soon to really invest in what I got all this, you're going to see me kick it up. But come here, man. Chat. Even if y'all need to talk, man. My number 973-832-3466. My sister, everybody, oh, you probably should. No, I can't, man. Call up. We can talk about it. I'm trying to get the information out there. I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't afraid of nothing. I'm here to help the people and get help from the people. Dad Chat TV is Papa Stretch. Always Mitch. Hashtag stepfathers don't matter. Her words, not mine. Hashtag New York for president coming soon. Hashtag I love y'all, man. And peace.